going to be working. So, let's go ahead and get this little started underway here. We're going to be streaming some Planet Coaster today. Hello everyone. We're going to be hopefully doing a pretty good job at it. So, let's get this kind of started here. I'm using Restream, which is transmitting both this to my Twitch account and my YouTube channel. So I'll be talking to both chats, I'm sure, at some point in here. So don't get too confused by that. But welcome nonetheless. What do we need to do today? Hello, Remora. How are you? All right. So good old Planet Coaster. How's the audio and everything? Hopefully it is well enough balanced so that you can hear me and some good old classic Planet Coaster music going on in the background. We're gonna be also, if there's any problems with the stream, just let me know. This is my first time kind of using Restream here. Hey, Scrap Basti, how's it going? Alright. So, today, I think what I want to do is finally start tackling this building over here. This is kind of like a main centerpiece building over here in Alpine Odyssey in the kind of Greco-Roman area. It's going to be like, I guess, a Roman forum or something like that. We'll have to see how well it turns out. In fact, I'm probably going to get rid of this, what's already been built here completely, and kind of start from scratch. So first things first, so we're going to edit this building. I'm probably going to keep the right side because that kind of governs how everything links up to the theater, but everything else is going to go. Autosave? Autosave. Okay. Again, whenever this game lags, I kind of lose my mind for a moment. Can you drop a link to the forum? What forum? I have a forum? What's up, Dino person? Alright, so we're gonna start with just with this gray box here. I'm gonna have to look up some reference images in a moment. Okay, copy and paste. You don't want to work. There we go. And I think I am angling this straight on to the plaza, not necessarily the building connecting to it. So we'll have to see. I guess you might be referencing a link to the Roman Forum that I'm specifically building. Maybe that's what you're referencing. I haven't looked it up yet. We were gonna go to Google Maps here together and figure it out. So let me drag this over here, kind of pop that open. There we go. And let's see. Let's go to, let's try Florence first. Turn on satellite view. Turn on 3D mode. 3D mode's great for trying to siphon out a little bit more details than you might otherwise get here. What is a good building to use? It's a good old reference point. Oh, this is a very famous little church here. Basilica di Santa. Yeah. That facade is very, very good. Classy one. Kind of angle slightly. Don't really know specifically what we're going to be looking for as a reference. This is kind of interesting. Might be too modern. I think that's a modern building. This is some type of merchant square. Do they not have any sort of forum here? I mean, the Basilica is here. Where's the main plaza? I think I need to rotate back to north-south so I can find that. Plaza di Medici. Good old Medici family. This family basically ruled Florence for a really long time. Hey Drop, how's it going? What is up? Again, streaming both on YouTube and Twitch. So my chat is gonna be split across those two things. Plaza di Vecchio. There we go. Statue of David's out here. So this was a main governmental building. Okay, so that's Florence. So I could reference that. Let's try Rome real quick. See if there's anything a little bit more interesting. What's this? Some type of history. Military base? Yeah, judging from the plane out front, that makes a little bit of sense. This is kind of interesting. Let's plop down here real quick. Yep. So this is, I guess, the Ministry of Transportation of some type. This is kind of like a curved version of what I'm thinking of, actually. So instead of doing a curve, we might just have this shape, to be honest. This is actually really cool. So I think this is going to be our reference for today. This kind of plaza building. So I think that would be cool. How's the park coming along? Good to see me. Well, good to see you guys. The park has changed a little bit. I did stream on Twitch a little bit as well. So if you guys want to follow me over there, that's where most of my streams are taking place at this point, and most of my content. But you know, we have a little bit of a coffee shop now in this lower building, so that people can come get some coffee. The ticket booths to the shows are kind of in. We also have a new restroom back here, which will be good. The upper floor here, we have a bit of a shop. Nothing on the shelves, you know, but just some basic detailing going through that way. I think reworked the plaza. I don't know if I did that here on YouTube or not, but I think so. I think we reworked the plaza here on YouTube. And now we're gonna be working on this building over here. Little street looks amazing. Yeah, I think so. You know, I think this looks pretty Italian. I mean, bit of a Colosseum, good old triumphal arch up there, looking pretty good. Okay. Sorry, I'm just trying to monitor my streams at the same time. Trying to look at things. So if I'm looking over to the left, I'm reading chat and looking at settings, making sure things look correct. And so far, surprisingly, it looks pretty good. So this might be normal for Alpine Odyssey. I'll stream on YouTube and Twitch, but everything else will just be on Twitch. I think my bitrate is apparently a little high to Twitch, but it looks just fine in terms of quality, so I think I'll just leave it. Alright, let me put this image here over on my other monitor so that I can reference it. You guys can just look at the game. We'll turn off display capture, just leave it on game capture now, and it's gonna be great pathing as well. Thanks. Boy, how am I supposed to monitor everything? Like chat and stream information and reference it. I need like 3 monitors at this point. Okay. There we go. That will work. Streaming on one platform is a little bit more straightforward. Alright. So, plaza. So it looks like it's a 2-story front with another 2-story. So everything's kind of 2-story, single story. Pillars all the way up. Large window, half window, short window, short window. Okay. I think the restaurant in the villa is the best. Has much potential though for the new one. Yeah. Well, we'll see. I think it's going to be kind of similar. How, you know, it'll match the amphitheater exterior a little bit here, right? So I need to create some tiles. So I'm going to go ahead and edit this building. That way everything's part of the same thing. And we'll just start gray boxing this in. So let's grab some walls. And I would like some plaster walls. Okay. So it's basically 2-story. Is the first one. The second is again 2-story. And then 1-story. So that's kind of the height progression. So first floor, second floor. And as I'm building this, I'm going to stack them on top of each other just so the seams line up. But we're going to start first on the first floor here, which has... So the end pieces have a little bit extra detail. It's a little bit wider. So the end piece is going to be its own tile, which is going to be probably just a half step wider. Nah. That's only a quarter step. So, is it auto-saving? Yes. Which I can change the autosave interval time to like 15 minutes rather than anything else. Losing memory, just join. Ugh. It's tough to keep up with 2 chats. Alright, let's do some pillars. Definitely turn off content packs, so we just want main game only. Pop it in here. So let's get the normal look first, and then we'll get the advanced look off of it, I think. What is this? This is going to be kind of a main central building here in Planet Coaster. Okay, so we got that. I'm gonna actually bring these out too. Because I want this facade to kind of have a lot of forward presence too. So we'll actually come out. Not quite a full half grid, but you know, almost there. Almost there. Okay. And then this will be the detail actually touching the wall. Get that relatively center. Okay. Let's go ahead and move these up to about there. Throw this on top of it. It's a little pillar top. Which will then house our cross beam of some type. Going across here. I think this will work just fine. I have a feeling this is going to be a pretty heavy kind of building. You know, let's go ahead and get this to be the same height. I didn't think I'd want it, but after looking at it, it's probably going to be the best looking. So first things first, we're going to just raise this up to about there. Good. Okay, we need some sort of arching system here to hold this up. So let's see what we can find for that. This might be a little excessive, but we'll go with it for now. And change it as needed. Let's also, I think, grab some pillar. Bump it into the wall like that. This is going to give us like a heavy footer. It's like a keystone piece to kind of put some other arches off of it. I might be able to dye this so it looks a little less like wood and a little bit more like stone. Try, you know what, we're gonna get rid of these. It just doesn't really fit. Okay. very silver level of details. Very nice wall piece you built there. Yeah, we're forming. We're starting out. I don't know. I think I already am relatively close to silver at level of details, but his is actually probably, to be honest, I think silver at what he does better than me is being able to, in simpler terms, convey the same level of detail. And I go to the other side where it takes me a lot more pieces to convey detail, which can be frustrating. So he might have just like, you know, maybe a little bit more of a simplistic support structure, but it yields the same level of detail feeling, to me at least. And I think that's also what makes him so good at this. Kind of might keep that as a footer on the next floor. Yeah, that's what I kind of meant. Should have just worded it differently. It's more like about objective efficiency. Yeah. No, you worded it fine. I just expanded the thought. Is all. Okay, so we get that. Let's get a couple cross-member details on here. To help a bit with these finishing touches, so okay, dye these. I'll probably come up with the final coloration a bit later. I'm gonna try and turn this into a little bit of a balcony because it looks like they have railings on this a lot. I almost feel like this is coming out too forward now. Because the walls actually don't come out as we go higher up. It's more like the facade and pillars are really the only thing coming forward. So keeping it a little closer in wouldn't be a bad thing. Now I'm gonna use a piece that I don't really use often, I feel. This. I feel like I used to use this piece a lot more. But here lately, not so much. Autosave, boy, just makes me nervous. Walls, one of these, and where is, now I feel like I can use that little detail, kind of arch piece. Where is it? It's right here. Okay. rotating this is all I need to do. Nah. Kind of don't like that piece now. Boom. Get rid of that. That kind of like that. Let's use some doors. So I need kind of a tall-ish door with an arch built into it. About like that. Then I need kind of the same out of the window. About like that. Hey Tommy Tube, how are you? Let's get rid of those. Let's move. Actually, let's not move that. Let's get rid of that. This is the reason that I also kind of, you know, go through and make segments of buildings and then slap them together, because, you know, I'm not worried about anything else right now than just the segment we are working on. And overall, I think it helps keep me focused on just this one little spot. Rotate this. Okay, and texture-wise, I might be able to get away with, I don't know if I want brick or, you know, let's try the, is the end columns here or is it in wall details? It's probably wall decorations. It has a car alarm. It's just going off outside. I can't win. I can't win. I can't win. Let's do this. Let's rotate it, I think 90 degrees. Actually, I need the other variant. There we go. Hey Jules, how are you? Welcome to the stream, at least the YouTube side of the stream. So. Alright, pump this out a bit. And then down to there. Find a door. I'm fairly well. I have a lot of work to do today. So after today's stream, I've got to finish probably 4 to maybe 5 hours at work. Hey Tony, welcome, 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 welcome. All right, I need a window across here. Try that. Okay. And then let's try a different window to get the arched one in. How does this look on the back? I bet it's just flat, isn't it? Yeah, it is. I forgot to try and kind of hide these window frames. Can be a bit tough sometimes. When you're relying on so much to kind of overlap. I wish there was kind of shutterless versions of some of these windows. That would be ideal. Those doors remind you of the train station. I think they're the same doors used there. Ooh, ooh. I think this works. Okay, let's raise it up just a little bit by putting just a touch of a flat ceiling piece, kind of like that. And then we'll get a little bit of a trim along the bottom. I don't want to go too crazy with it, but I feel like it needs to just get a little bit heavier. That's probably not the right piece for it. I think this will work. Let's go ahead and color it. Roughly a stone color for now. And put this kind of like that. Going across the bottom. Okay, so that's kind of floor number 1. Well, technically it's 2 stories tall, but it's the first little set there. Just looking at my reference image a bit. Amazing Spark, could you try and do some fancy lighting for this building so that it really sticks out during the nighttime? Yeah, we can put spotlights on it and stuff. Though lighting for me is kind of a final detail pass that we'll do in the park. I did spend a decent amount of time lighting, say back in the European section, but getting the buildings done to me in the park, at least in a presentable state, is priority. And then once everything is there, we'll try and do lighting and make a couple streams just out of that. And the final details, like maybe some signage, directories, maps, things like that. Those are kind of like the final detail pass. I'm still kind of in the heavy design phase right now. But yes, good idea. So this is the next floor. Right here. So it needs to come down just a touch. So that's floor 2. And then we'll have, in fact, it might be a half floor rather than a full floor, but that's how tall this building is going to be. Yeah, I might make this a half. Because that's a little too tall. Yes, it's going to be a bit too tall. Okay. So this floor, we need to kind of just keep the interior pillar set going up. And the exterior pillars are essentially done at that point. So, so we'll put it up there about like that. And I will replace these. I think there's a smaller base that we can use. It's a little bit more to the scale up here. Okay, and let's go ahead and get balcony railing out. Now it doesn't quite reach, so we'll just do a little 180. Just like that. Now these little bits, because it kind of comes forward, we'll have to detail this out somehow to help this transition on the corners, because this balcony is going to repeat over and over. So I had to come up with something to put here and here. What are we building? We are building the kind of northern keystone on this plaza space. And so it's going to be a U-shaped, relatively fancy, civil looking building, somewhat reminiscent of like maybe just a public forum of some kind. But we'll see how it turns out. Really what's going to be inside of here was supposed to be like shops, food, maybe a public courtyard for eating, but those details, you know, are secondary to the actual building and shape itself. Those little bits would have spotlights in them, yes. The plants or the crowned stone pieces. We will look. Let's do windows first, though. Priority. So I need a tall window. It's not quite tall enough. Not quite tall enough. That there is tall enough. So we need a tall window. And then kind of a normal size window on top of it. That's too tall. Guess this will have to do. It's a bit of a space, and then that. Again, worry about colors a bit later. This might just get changed to, say, just two of these on top of each other. Then this up here. So we're getting probably into the, I don't want to say Renaissance because, to be honest, I think this is more like neoclassical rather than the Renaissance. Wouldn't this be nice to make this a circular building? I think it would be good for contrast to make than the, I guess, what blocky shaped buildings have built. So, hey Jolie, by the way. I mean, can I get this to curve here? Possibly. It's a bit of a tight space. We'll see. We'll see when after we finish the segment. We'll copy it in a U shape, and then we'll copy it in a circle, and we'll see what people want from there. So this whole area is kind of simplistic. I do want some additional little bits going up, just to help frame it out. So we'll put those in, and then I need something to go across the middle. Here. Let's go with, sorry, still trying to monitor both streams, making sure they're working. Looks like they're working. Back. Looking around the reference, is there anything like that shape that I'm looking for? Kind of. Let's try. This first. Going underneath a bit, move these down a bit, something like that. And finally, just a little half decor piece. That will look cool. Okay, let's start with the top. Autosave, please don't do this to me. Okay, thank you. Actually, it needs to be plaster. Plaster. That there. Come on. Right click. Thank you. Move this. Game is fighting me a little bit. so that's going to be the top where we put I wonder what the roof kind of looks like, to be honest. Don't really know. What I do know, though, is that there is a railing. Of some kind of crust here. Let's flip it 180. Bit like that. In fact, I think with the camera perspective, that's why I'm getting this weird feeling that there needs to be more than there is up there. So I'm going to try this. I'm going to try bringing this piece up. I'm going to inset it probably about half. Then double it. That's actually the top. Well, no, there's technically supposed to be another story, but I'm cutting it out. I think that's too tall. So we'll do something just like this. And it's fine. Whenever you use a building as a reference, you can just do this kind of stuff whenever you want, however you want. Let's make this perfectly long, and then the column will kind of cover that up a bit. Okay, copy this. Come out to here. Step this back through. Kind of like that, and then we will use some wall gaming. Hey Joe Games, how are you? Let's do one of these. Actually, that's a way better spot for it. If I can get the angle to actually be straight though. Cool. And we'll color this a stonish color. And what we'll do is we'll put one every line here, and then we'll kind of offset one in the center to get like a fluted look. And then we'll just copy this down. Just gonna copy these two, because or not. I guess I have to use world axis a bit here. Nope, it's still gonna be off. I'm gonna have to actually copy these just so it goes in a straight line. And even then, it doesn't go in a straight line. This is the gizmo tool in a nutshell. There we go. For part count reasons, all I have to do is go through here and delete one. Now it's an exact number. That's good. Let's see. I think I need some sort of pattern on this upper lip. Okay, let's do that instead. Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, something like that. This can go ahead and be our support piece. Not quite right. Let's try something else. Let's try this. Okay, cool. That is number 1. Let's get rid of some of these. I'm going to test how this looks. Kind of copied a bit here. Not too bad. We just need to build the cornerstone piece, which is, you know, a little bit wider, a little bit more fancy. Definitely not bad. What do you guys think? Now for the roof, I actually pop out of Street View and see. Looks like it's actually a flat roof building. I might do that, or I might keep like the close to the edge flat and then do a peak in the middle. That might be cool looking. But otherwise, still just a flat roof. Alright, so we'll move this back here. We're gonna make a copy of it to work with. And how are we gonna make this wider? I think I meant to build it from scratch, to be honest. Go down to Street View and take a look. I mean, it's the same thing. It just has like a quarter on each side. That's just, you know, a little bit more flat and deep, you know. So they almost like double up the columns on the corner. So let's just start with that, maybe. Okay. That's essentially the corner bit. It's rounded, which isn't really supposed to be, supposed to kind of come out here, kind of like that. I might make a variant of this without a door. Well, I mean, the door, even though we know it's a door, it kind of looks like a window too. So maybe the variant isn't really necessary. Let's copy this in a bit. Hey, Zekin, how are you? And these I need to copy in as well. Kind of like that, and even at the bottom. Okay. So that's the end kind of corner piece. Everything else. How much room do we have? Can we do a half circle? Ugh, stretch. Okay, let's test that at this point. And then we'll figure out the roof last. So I need to copy these. And I'm gonna put them out over where's a good flat spot. I'm kind of running out of room. Let's run over here. Okay, split them from building. Pop. Okay, so this grid, the way it's going to work is probably I'll have to copy it kind of like this initially to get the end piece, and then this is probably going to have to split off, and we'll have to see and round it up. You're really excited to see what the next DLC is going to be? I think there's some information on it already. I don't know. My Planet Coaster experience at this point is vanilla, so I'm somewhat excited, but also At some point, Planet Coaster, I'm just going to stop playing it all together. So, especially after I finish Alpine Odyssey. So we're just going to copy these. We're going to try the half circle first. See how big it is, because it's probably going to be quite a footprint on this. Especially for just a flat facade right now that doesn't even have any depth to it. So that's another concern. How close is this going to get to the parking lot? And my music has stopped playing. Let me restart that. There we go. Good old YouTube streams. Can't play copyrighted music. How big is that? It might fit in that area, to be honest. biggest thing is because I wasn't really expecting to make this a circle, is I didn't really build it to be easily put into a circle formation. So I have to kind of do this by hand on this test. Usually what you do when you build a circular building is you kind of find the center point you want to rotate it around. You build, you know, two sides of it, and then you just kind of spin it really quick. And it would work, but this is a little bit different. Ba, ba, ba. Ba. This. All right. This is kind of what it looks like. In a half circle configuration. It would kind of take up this much of a footprint. About like that. Is that what we want there, or do we want to stick with the U-shaped? Kind of more just straight line and then back. It definitely contrasts. Well, we have a lot of roundness. We have the Colosseum, we have the amphitheater, and then this right next to it. And I think even the Hippodrome is gonna have roundness in it. So it's not like we have a lot of square, and even our plaza's round. The shoreline is curved and round. I don't know, it's kind of up to you guys at that point. What would you like to see? Pessimistic videographer, you like the curve. How's this look from far away? And from ground level. It'd be funny if Planet Coaster starts copyrighting their music. They wouldn't do that. They're a good set of developers. They know YouTubers help promote their game, and any copywriting of their game would be problematic, I think. Especially if it's attached to their gameplay. I would say if they like see other people using it, you know, in maybe other formats, they could copyright strike it, but in Planet Coaster itself would be silly. It looks nice from ground level. How does it look like from the parking lot? It's a tall building. How does it look like when you're kind of coming down the main street? Over here you see the Triumphal Arch, you see parts of the Forum, come down, and you're kind of greeted with this. I like it. I can square up the backside of it, which would be fine. Yeah, I think I like it. So we will go with it here. That's 2,000 parts just in a wall facade. That's a little crazy. Alright. So now that we know we are curving it, we will have to kind of plan accordingly. So first things first, I'm going to get rid of the gray box. Boop. Off it goes. You can't say you're modeling the Roman area after a town that didn't have any straight roads. Yeah. I mean, there's, like, you know, the building I'm basing this off of is on a big roundabout area. So it is naturally, it's a curved building. It's actually two buildings. I'll bring that back up in case people missed it. But, you know, it's based off this, right? So, it's two buildings. Both are half circles. They kind of space out. Kind of like this roof on the corner. Might do that on these. So I need to somehow come up with the spacing this needs to be to become a half circle. So I think it's going to be that. I'm going to have to test this. Okay. Split. Hey, we made another Coliseum. Does this make people dizzy if I just sit in the middle and I just spin my camera sideways? Do you know where you are? Are you lost? What direction am I facing? Where are we? Let's not do that. Okay, so it works. Actually, I'm gonna bring that back. And let this get rid of these three sides. So there's our arch. Select it all. Move it over here. Okay, I'm gonna keep this original copy off to the side in case we need it. We'll grab this. We're going to spin it 90 degrees, try and get grid loosely to line up. These. Okay, get the concrete up to up there. I'm not moving anything else but this building, right? Okay, good. Let's put it about here. It might actually half clip into the theater, which is fine. Alright, how well does it line up on the opposite side? Pretty good. Alright, let's put the back on it. Oop. There we go. Now what's probably gonna change on the back side is this will probably be more like of a backstage style, but for now I'll keep it in the style of the building just so it's consistent. What are we doing today? We are working on the forum here, which is about time. Okay, why aren't these the same? Because they're not the same length. One side is out a bit farther than the other. Alright, let's see if we can fix that. Bad side about not properly planning. You get things like this. Alright, let's move this over here and then just follow this line all the way. Autosave? Man, you're killing me today. Make this process so slow. There we go. Now it's a lined up building. The height's all good. I think the back section, I accidentally raised the height at at some point. So we'll fix that now. Something like that. Okay. The pathing is going to be a not so fun thing to do. So I have to keep that in mind. This ride probably have to shift down to like here. In the long run, I have no clue how I'm gonna skin this ride now. Really, I might just make it garden-esque, bunch of greenery, and make it look like it's kind of just sitting in front of the hippodrome that's going over there. So. Hey, I'm from Indonesia. Well, welcome. I am #American. So. It's a pretty boring fact. Okay. Might move it over. Oh god, no. Don't grab the guardrail. Cannot move or delete more than 5,000 pieces of scenery at once. Okay, so that's staying where it is. That ain't moving a bit. Hedge maids? I don't know. Hedge mages don't really work when the AI has supreme pathfinding skills. We'll probably put a fountain out front. We got a path to curve around. I'm getting rid of this path for now because it's going to change, obviously. So the width, we'll probably bump it up to 6. We're gonna horseshoe it on there. In fact, let's do. What? Like a, this is almost going to be like a college look to it, to be honest. Something like that. We'll put gardens in there. That'll be cool. Little weird. It looks like an angry face, like angry eyes. But I think once the greenery are in there, it'll look pretty regal, which is nice. You might end up building another statue for it. You have another. You guys want a specific Greek god? I think we still need what? Zeus. Because we have Poseidon. Zeus would be good. Hera might be okay. Aphrodite would be okay. Still need more statues. Something to consider. Let's grab this and just move it down. Actually, I can't. I'm just going to build a footer on this side. The path kind of dips here. But really, that's the terrain. So what I'll do is let's get rid of the path for now. And I'm going to rework it real quick. So this terrain is a little bit more flat. Let's actually pull it up. Nope, not that far. And flatten it to about that level. That'll be good. Hey Cupcake, how are you? Change the size. Okay, now it will set level with the building. I'm gonna smooth it actually. Because this lower plaza had a little bit of a hump going on, and little terrain artifacts like that create issues in Planet Coaster. Hey Caden, how are you? Everyone just showing up and saying hi. And again, what we'll probably do is make a garden. Put the pathways back in here for. That 90 degrees. Actually, I think I need to, what, define where the road's going. There we go. That looks okay. Okay, still need to do the roof. I might just do a flat roof. Said I wasn't gonna, but I might do a flat roof, and then maybe on the corners we'll do a little bit of an effect on it. You know, pitch it up a little bit, but everything else will just be flat. Yeah, it's a big building. Definitely fits in. It's funny how different each section is. Like, I feel like the European section is probably still my favorite. Just because, I don't know, I kind of like that architecture style. But it's funny how, like, it feels like we have it's like so many buildings here. And then over here in the Aztec area, it feels like we have a lot of buildings, but really it's just the greenery kind of hiding a lot of the fact that a lot of these buildings are kind of connected. And then the Greco-Roman area have actually just really large footprint buildings. It's just interesting. Hi, how's you? I am fine. How is you? Hey. Building actually managed to get the rest of its footer in. That's good. It sounds like there's a little offshoot path here. This path we can't do until this road kind of gets figured out, so we have a queue to go into that ride. Alright, everything else looking okay. Still on the stream. Audio still fine. No latency issues, even though we're using Restream. Let's go here. And if you guys want, hey Silent Night. Seems like I missed your hello there. Watching two chats. If you guys want to subscribe to my Twitch channel, I'm just gonna go ahead and put the link in chat. Again, this is kind of where most of my content's going up lately, so I would suggest following me there. I've been streaming every day, so if you want to come hang out in streams, that's kind of where we're at right now. I'd recommend that. Or if you just prefer Twitch in general, something to do. I feel like there's almost too much stuff to look at. Actually, I'm pretty excited for the fact that this might end up being more naturalistic of a ride. And then Drawing Allah, thanks for the follow. That'll kind of give you a spot to kind of rest, because this is just starting to get busy, and then this will kind of be isolated. This will be a little bit more naturalistic. I think that'll be good. That'll be good. I think it just might be the most authentic building in this area yet. Not that your other buildings aren't authentic, but this definitely captures the antique Roman vibe the best so far. I don't know. Again, I think this is a more neoclassical of a building. I don't think this is actually Roman. Like built during the Roman period. Actually, I don't even think it was built during the Renaissance. So again, neoclassical. That's, I think, what is that? 1700s, 1600s, something around there. So I do agree, it looks nice though. Let's put in some roofing. Vince just followed on Twitch, thanks. Enjoy your time here. Well, alright, still looks awesome, but yeah. I hate to be, like, so semantic, I guess. But I feel like if I didn't try to be, chat would just call me out all the time. It's like, actually, Uthris, this is a Dutch building. This isn't Danish at all. You're wrong. I don't think the grid's gonna work for this, so we might have to make a new grid just for this. Let's copy this up and then split from building so that the roof will still reference kind of these angles. The grid is hopefully going to line up a little bit better. Good to see me back on YouTube. I'm actually streaming on both right now. And I'll probably only be streaming on YouTube when I'm doing Alpine Odyssey. Because, I don't know, most of you guys are following my YouTube channel for specifically Planet Coaster. So, I think that would be nice to do. But everything else is going to be on Twitch. Seeing it up. I think these are sticking out now. On this side, well, not much. I can kind of ignore that clipping issue. So that being fine. Eternity, thanks for the follow. Big ol' shout out to you guys. As long as you can enjoy my Planco content from YouTube. Yep. Figured that would be the case for most. What are you gonna do when we stop playing Planet Coaster, though? See, that's the question. Uthris' channel dies immediately. suppose people can hang out for space engineers, as long as pilot guy doesn't end up, you know, crashing any more hostile ships into our base and destroying it instantly. Because that's a fun time. We're not bitter. Nope. Not at all. Auto save. More time for SE. Okay, now it's got a roof. How's it look on the inside? How bad is this going to be making the interior? It's going to be rough. Pilot basically nuked us from orbit. He didn't nuke us from orbit. He nuked us from 10 feet away. That's the problem. He's just like, hey guys, I'm bringing a battleship back to the base that I just hacked. I didn't disable the guns. Also, there's another enemy following me. Sure, I'm in a battleship, but you know, this little drone is scary, so I'm gonna bring it back to base and, oh, I destroyed base, sorry. It's fine though. I thought it was hilarious. I wish people could have seen that, because watching our giant salvage wreckage sitting in front of our base, you know, being worked on, and then just an explosion and watching that wreckage fly towards my face while I'm standing at our base. I'm like, oh, that's new. And then it just breaks apart and another bullet hits me in the face, and then our base is gone. So it was pretty over. We're not able to clip it on Twitch. I don't know how to clip things. I'm a noob. I don't know if it fits building style, but you could try to use some flags and banners on that building. Yes, we could probably do that. Similar to probably this kind of stuff. Let's just get the little roof in now, though. Holy cow. Ugh. My keyboard just exploded. What the heck? Yeah, my X key just exploded off my keyboard. Okay, well, that's a little new. Roof could use some sort of garden planters at least. Yeah, I agree. We might be able to facilitate such a thing. Let's add a bit of a front on here. I'm not going to cover it all up, just these corner pieces, these two. Gonna have some roof on it because they're kind of the fancier side of the building anyways. Let's do stuck. No, plaster. I don't know why Control A doesn't work there. Plaster. So the big question is, a lot of these buildings, even though they look great on ground level, one of my favorite things about Alpine Odyssey is the fact that, you know, it's a circular park, right, around a lake. And so over time, some of my favorite viewpoints have been, you know, looking back at other areas from the current area, right? So like this shot is one of my favorites. And so I just kind of want a little bit of a preview of, like, you know, you're sitting at this station, you get this kind of look to everything. So these are the true views, and like the mountains in the background. And it'll be interesting once we have, you know, the parks built on the other side, you know, what kind of views you get of those, you know, from here. The only spot that doesn't actually get a straight on view is this angle. I mean, you'll see it when the train's moving, but this angle's gonna be cool too. Oh, it's gonna be great. Gonna be great. Why is my keyframe interval going weird? Does everything still look normal for you guys? Because I get occasional warnings from Restream. You know, to let me know if things start looking weird. Alright, let's get this set up. To you, it's all fine? Well, that's good. I'm probably panicking over nothing, to be honest, but, you know. I'm gonna try and get this curve to be a little bit more straight. Cool. Probably just have a little loop back there. Yep. Change the width. Something just, oh. Okay. That might be okay. Maybe we could add a little park to the buildings left and combine that to the right queue. Yeah, that so this whole left side, we're gonna probably bring the mountain down. Like this whole plateau is really temporary. So I might have to kind of work on the hippodrome at some point here soon. And at least get the station built. And maybe the brake station and kind of starting the left tail of the coaster. That way I can at least work the park down into the coaster station and seal this area off. It's kind of probably a key piece that needs to be addressed sooner rather than later. So for those people who always ask, you know, how soon until we build the roller coaster, sooner than you think. But farther than you think at the same time. Is this deluxe pass? How you mean deluxe pass? I need to build something here real quick. So this building would have one. Would have like a little kind of right. This is where the roof access would kind of come up to. So I just need to keep that in mind. It would have like a little staircase, kind of roof access there. Okay, in terms of details, I'm probably going to use similar stuff as the right side here, just for continuity's sake. Can you think the flat right on the left-hand side of the new building, like actually cover it? Like completely cover the ride? So my flat rides generally have a facade either encircling it or maybe covering the roof, but the sides would still be open. Rudy does it, and sometimes, and you gotta love it. I would need an example, I think. Rudy is pretty great, though, at doing stuff like that. And down to here. All right, I need to copy these benches. Do I have any extras to this pack? If so, what's my favorite? I think you might be talking about DLC. I think. Could be wrong. Alpine Odyssey doesn't use any DLC. It's 100% the vanilla of the game. except for, you know, their free updates, but that's part of the vanilla game. My favorite DLC, though, if I had to choose one, would probably be either Vintage. Probably Vintage, to be honest. But right now, we're just using the main one. That's what I'm talking about. Building around it, put a roof something. You did an example of the Arabic area of Camel Kingdom. So there's a new project in Nepali. See, I haven't watched the new stuff. Yeah, we can potentially do something like that. The issue though is this ride. Like, let's test it because I want to see how tall it kind of reaches. So to put a cover on this, the building would have to be at least that tall. As tall as the actual forum. And as tall as our triumphal arch. I feel like for the area it might not work, but we might be able to do something else in other areas similar to that. Like we do have some coverings for rides. Like, I think they work best on low flat rides so that you can keep the coverings low. But, you know, for example, you know, the merry-go-round, very basic covering on that. I would almost consider the chair ride to have a covering, or at least a partial covering on the Colosseum. But for the cube, I still don't even know if I want the cube there, to be honest. But we will have to figure out how to incorporate this nonetheless into the terrain. Do you think I'll be able to finish the park? Will my computer bear it? It already takes about 10 to 15 minutes to load Alpine Odyssey. It's over 300,000 parts currently. It's been a while since I talked a little bit about the plan, so just in case anyone hasn't. I think we will be able to finish it. I don't know how long it's going to take. It's something that I do want to do eventually, is finish this park. But to do so, we're going to finish this area, the Greco-Roman area, get their, you know, roller coaster in and everything. We're going to have to go in and finish the water park, which is at the end of the lake. We'll have to do the Asian area, which is all this whole southern section. And then the mystery theme area, which some of you know what it is, some of you don't. I had to build the hotel resort area, which I think goes up here. The whole metro line, do the lighting, do the fireworks show in the middle of the lake, all the backstages to all of these areas, and the staff parking and staff rooms, and then this park will be done. I don't know how long that's going to take, like at all. When I first started Alpine Odyssey, I personally thought I would have been done by now. But here we are, 2.5, 3 years down the road, and still working on it. Can't believe it's been that long. Ugh. I think the biggest issue is just burnout. Like if I was able to consistently build for, you know, every week, we'd probably be further along, but boy, there are times where I look at Planet Coaster and I'm just like, nah, not gonna play that today. Super realistic parks are interesting. I prefer going for believability over realistic. Kind of depends on how realistic his park is. Because realistic is almost sometimes a a goal you shouldn't shoot for in video games, but I'm sure he's doing a wonderful job with it. I've seen screenshots of, I just haven't been able to catch a full episode of it, and it's been a while since I have, so I should definitely see what he's been up to. So the question is going to be, do I want any trees here? Odyssey. Pretty silent since the music is over. Yeah, you just want to hear my mechanical keyboard for a bit. This is some ASMR stuff. Let's restart the music. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, that sounds like a solid idea. Just rejoin, what have you missed? We've just been putting together this plaza a little bit. And the path in. Okay. What rides does the Roman area have so far? We have a chair swing inside the Colosseum. The station for the train, it'll have a flat ride here and a coaster here. So every area of my park has 2 flat rides and some sort of rail ride. So the rail ride over here in the Aztec area is the log flume, and it has 2 flat rides itself. Scenery, filter to the main game, fountain, try something. It might work, it might not work. Nope. Let's do this, select grid. What kind of grid is that? Hello, Vitor. How are you? My keyboard is like music. My keyboard is, what some people will say, annoying. A lot of the times. Trying to come up with a more interesting fountain layout than what we just had. Is that okay? Imagine a future where everyone just isn't only able to travel to Alpine Odyssey because you can enjoy so many different authentic cultures at once for a much cheaper price. That'd be funny. I mean, Busch Gardens does that, in a sense. Actually, I need to... If this is the route that I'm going to go, I'm going to pre-plan this out a little bit better. Because I want it to align to the fountain a little bit. So, I want it here. And that's going to go up to the center. I want it here, which is going to go off to the side. I want it here, which is going to go to the other side. This goes up and to the right. This goes up and to the left. And then down. Okay, I think that's a little bit better. Does this mean no angry path face? Nah, I didn't like it. It wasn't very good. It would have round the path off near the bottom of the fountain. If you're talking, are you talking about this space here? I think it's probably just gonna make a square fountain, maybe. Let's see if I can't... Let me get rid of this piece here and see what the path kind of looks like. Okay, no. Keep that there. Put it down a bit, though. That angle's different, this is different. Oh, well, the pathing in Planet Coaster. It's always a struggle. Okay. I would round this out, but I don't think the pathing would let me, and I might try to just build like a false extension to the fountain and just make it part of the fountain. Actually, let's build one and just mirror it over. That would be the best way to go about doing this. What about just making a huge circle and connect it? Or have you tried that? I've tried that. The path thing is just, it's a really kind of narrow spot. So unless I could turn the whole thing into like a plaza, but then you'd kind of lose these green areas. So I'm trying to avoid that right now. Come on, little barrier thing. Figure it out. I'm gonna change the time of day. The shadow is always there because of the angle of the sun. Okay, well. Looks great. It's a bouquet of grass. Yeah. Let's start a fundraiser. Seems too modern. Well, the thing is about gardens is, you know, they're usually well kept. Romans definitely had some good ones. Okay, so there is that. Which looks okay. Let's throw in a couple trees. Not terrible. I kind of like how open this is. Very similar to how, you know, the European section feels very open at this point. Kind of right before the coaster. I feel like the Roman area is kind of getting the same look. I always kind of found it sad that I don't think the Aztec area ever really got that feeling. Might put a statue on top of that fountain? Yes. So we'll make a stream and I'll put a statue up there. I don't know what god to use, to be honest. I mean, maybe since it's more of like a forum building, I could potentially build a Caesar there, but I don't know if... Man, I need a new chair. This thing's not comfortable in the long term. Yeah, I just don't know. I was looking from the plane. Can we see this from the plane yet? Looks pretty good. There's the plane shadow. Kind of freak you out if you were standing near here. Okay. And finish putting in some greenery. Might help if I bring the UI back though. I kind of don't want any flowers here. Just low shrubs. I find flowers to be a little distracting sometimes in these areas. As I go to try and put down a rose bush, but didn't really like that. Come over here. Turn off world access because that's scary settings sometimes. Come over this way. Have a crack in this. Yep. Building, we'll split this off. So we can get the lower kind of garden that's on this side. The sudden change in texture on the path, a little weird, especially on this point, so we'll probably change it back to that. here that is part of a building? No idea. I'm gonna try and lower these, see if I can't get this to kind of blend in a bit better. There we go. Autosave again. Ooh, just get rid of that. Okay. Cool. Actually, might help too if I kind of change the color of them. Merge it. Edit it. Select it all. Try and match that a bit. Okay, good. It's nearly invisible. So, we're able to match that color pretty well. Okay. Good scenery. Yeah. It looks okay. It looks okay. Let's go here real quick. Cool. Alright, so what I gotta do is I actually have to go finish some work items for the rest of the day. Sorry everyone, but I'm kind of in the stream at about 2 hours. I might be streaming a bit later tonight on Twitch. So, you know, again, for those of you who don't know, we are streaming on Twitch here kind of every day. But I do have to finish kind of this work project. So, otherwise on Monday, I might lose my job, which also could be a good thing. But beyond that, thanks for coming out today as we work on some Alpine Odyssey. We'll be doing Alpine Odyssey, of course, every Sunday, unless we are streaming with, say, like Strict Toaster and them doing Open Transport Tycoon, which we did yesterday with me and him, did a 1v1. He might put an edited video on his channel about that. I don't know. However, we're going to go ahead and end this here. Thanks for coming out. Thanks for all the follows. And I'll see you guys here soon, okay?